Just probably we've never done something like this before. Yeah.
I'm excited to just also send it to our community to watch and have an opportunity to get a glimpse into how we communicate in our relationship. But I think it'll be a great experience for us too. And we're actually getting married in 20 days.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, thank you. So it's kind of just like a prelude to the future.
Yeah.
A really big thing before we say I do. Why do you love me?
Oh my goodness.
Let's get into it.
The question of your dreams, huh?
I know. What are you going to say?
Because you're fun.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I love that you're smart. That's important for me, you know.
I'm smart.
And, you know, I just love how you can show up in those conversations and just be honest about the truth a lot of the time and just like offer a little bit of like your opinion, but also take in others. And I love to see how you've grown in that and taking others' perspectives and like what they think and what they've experienced, because both can be true, right? And yeah, I love how you show up for me. I love how you show up for Denver, our dog, to caveat, you know, not the whole city of Denver. And yeah, I think you're honestly like a really great person and a good partner. And I feel lucky to have you in my life, in my corner.
Thank you.
Just put you in my little pocket.
It makes me feel so warm. Thank you. It means so much to me when you share those things, how you view me and how you see me and what I mean to you.
Put it in your pocket. Everything I say. So when I say you're fun, that's what I mean.
That's what you mean.
You're fun.
This is what she said. Okay. Got it.
When was the last time we were courageous, and where do you feel that courage came from?
Wow.
Yeah, that's wild.
When was the last time we were courageous and where did that courage come from?
I've been a little boring. I don't know.
Oh, girl. Courageous? Wow, that's interesting. When was the last time? I don't know. Maybe we don't see it this way necessarily, but I do think it's a courageous thing to get married in this day and age. With where things are at politically, right? I think it is courageous to devote ourselves to each other and to do so very publicly. I think every time we invite people into our sphere, right? And invite people to witness us, we are saying, hey, right now you are a part of something that is joining the 2%, right? There's only 2-point-something% of same-sex couples that are married in the United States. And same-sex marriage was legalized in all 50 states in the District of Columbia in 2015.
Right.
So we're at 10 years, add a little in there, from something. So I think that will always remain courageous to me. Like when I even think about our wedding day and we're not there yet, it's, we're professing our love in front of people who probably have never even witnessed a same-sex marriage before in their life. We're going to be their first one, their first marriage, right? Or maybe weren't understanding of our love or were hesitant about it and have opened up their hearts and minds to join us and celebrate our matrimony. And we're still choosing each other through it all.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a good way to see it. Where do you feel like the courage came from for you?
And because I love you, and I would never deny myself of myself because of what the world thinks, right?
Right.
And again, as I'm working on living my life for myself, it means I have to silence the noise.
Right.
And that's where it came from, is I want to choose you. I love you and I want to choose you. And I may lose some people because of that, but I've gained something even more spectacular. And that's our story. That's our love. Yeah. That's our connection.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to ask you that because of your answer to an earlier question. And I think that you do have that courage, right? That is courageous from the viewpoint that you mentioned. And I just hope that you carry that as you just work through and heal with like PDA or environments we're in and, you know, being safe. I think you embody that. I think it's the application of it for you that's going to make you feel more comfortable because it's there, right? Yeah. Through everything that you just mentioned.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget the courage. Yeah. I forget that it's there, but it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there. What's the pain in me you wish you could heal and why?
Oh, goodness. I feel like the biggest pain I wish I could heal in you that I'll caveat it. I think that you've healed so much yourself. Like I do believe that, and I've seen it over the past 4 years and how you've grown, but truly the biggest pain for you is abandonment. Like if I could take that away and carry that for you, I would do it. I think it's something that affects your everyday, how you think. I think it can play on any sort of insecurity and make you feel ways that I never have done to you, but are projected back that way. And so I think that's like the biggest thing. Like if I had the chance to heal it away, not even take it, I don't want it either, but heal it, take it, throw it away, right? But I do think you've done great over the past 4 years and working on that yourself. Like there's so many ways, and I would say our first like 2 years that showed up that it doesn't now, right? Like it's not, it comes up sometimes, I think, but it's not something that was very often as it was in the very beginning of our relationship. And so I think, you know, for years, that's the biggest one that I would always say that I would take away for you. I like this one. What is your greatest hope for us and why? Ooh. Get on that yacht.
Oh, Lord. My greatest hope for us, wow. I want our marriage to always remain considerate. You know, especially as we pursue the things that make ourselves happy as individuals. As individuals, I always want us to consider each other. I hope that we always prioritize each other and what we know the other person needs and wants, and don't get too caught up in ourselves. I hope that we always have fun and always keep adventure at the center of what we do, because it's very easy to get caught up in all the other things. But I actually love how devoted we are to each other and how much time we put into our relationship. And I hope we never lose that, no matter what. And I hope that we continue to be attentive to each other and continue doing those small things that we know really matter to one another. Like if you need some tea and you don't feel like getting up, I get up and I make the tea for you.
Right.
I hope that we hold on to those little moments and always do those things for each other.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What would have to happen 5 years from now for us to know that our connection was as strong as ever?
I think it's a lot of honestly what you just said, right? Like 5 years from now, I feel like we're in a place where we are still tackling and having these hard conversations and figuring out our direction and things like that. And so I think being better at having those conversations, right? Actually sitting down and mapping them out and dedicating more time to our check-ins with each other as a couple. I think that is like a good starting step for us to get there. I want to feel very similar to how I feel now, right? I don't want of course, our relationship is going to change. We're going to change as humans, as we have even these past 4 years being together. But I want everything that you just mentioned, right? I want us to be able to still prioritize our relationship, do the little things, make sure we're still showing up and prioritizing, our intimacy in all the ways, right? And yeah, I think, in 5 years, I want a continuation of where we are now, but also reaching any goals and hitting anything that we say we're going to do, right? I think for us, after we get married and we sit down and we continue having these conversations of like where we want to go, our plans, the future, X, Y, and Z, and actually attaining those. I think for us as people, hitting those goals and reaching those are going to make us happier than where we are. But I don't want too much to change, right? I like where we are in our relationship. I like the connection that we have. Of course, as we've discussed, there are some ways that we can make that connection stronger and, rise above some of the reoccurring conflicts that we have. And so in 5 years, I want that to be on the table for both of us, right? I want us to continue catering towards the things that we both need. And that would make me feel solid in our relationship. Yeah.
It's so interesting because my mind went somewhere so different.
Really?
For this.
Where'd your mind go?
Babies.
Oh. That's another conversation.
I know.
You could add that to the
parking lot.
To the goaling.
Talk later. Okay.
To the goaling conversation for the future.
So how'd you guys feel?
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. It was so interesting, like being under camera mics. Never had that experience before, but it was like very easy to just like lock in on each other and answer the questions.
And I just loved having that set time to talk with you, and I have a deeper understanding of you. And my nerves went away quickly. And I love actually the structure of the questions, how they go from more surface to deeper, and then you can feel them get light again. That was actually really helpful because I got emotional at one point, and I was like, I need to breathe real quick and have something lighter.
I agree. Great. Yeah. The flow was really good. It makes me think of like good ways to chop up our cards like at home. It's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is it what you expected or any like surprises?
It honestly was easier than I thought it was going to be. Like, I think, there were so many nerves around it. It's like, we do this at home. So when you get into the questions, it's like, I'm just answering stuff that some of them we've talked about, some of them we haven't talked about as in depth. So I think it left me at least with a lot of like food for thought for conversations for later.
And I think having conversations downstairs with y'all at first helped a lot too with the nerves. Because when I walked in, I was like, and then as soon as we started talking to y'all, I was like, it's fine. It's just, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
If you love the And Conversations or the And products, visit theskindeep.com/shop so you can purchase our products and experiences. Subscribe to any of our social media channels, and we really want to stay in touch and connect, improving the world one conversation at a time.